Hello everyone, this is Julie with Craft with Julie, and today we're going to create layout number 2 from the Turtle-y Sweet Scrapbooking Workshop from Stampin Up. This one I'm actually not going to change up too much. It's a birthday themed layout, and I had these photos from my son's birthday last year that I haven't scrapbooked yet, and they worked out perfectly. There's a lot of yellows and some reds, so I think these will be perfect for this page. And I'm gonna do a few little extra things, and I'll show you those in just a minute. So in the workshop kit itself, it comes with the instructions. You do get a sheet of stickers, so you see I've already used some. Comes with a punch out sheet, and also the cardstock and the pattern papers to put these 3 layouts together. You can add things to them, or you can just do them as is. And they are so fun, and it's a great starting point to get your creativity going. So let's go ahead and get started on this page. So the first thing I want to do is I did cut my papers. It has a cutting guide. So that's the first thing I do when I get my kit is I cut the papers as they suggest, and then I kind of go from there. So like I said, it's a good starting point. So we've already done this page, and you can go back and watch that. We did it last week. I'll put a link to that video up above. And then we're going to be working on this one. So I'm going to grab, let me put these off to the side. So I've already cut out the papers and punched out the punch out. So let me show you really quick. On the punch out sheet, they've made it super easy. They have projects numbers. So all I have left is project 3, which we'll do next week. So make sure you click that subscribe so you don't miss out on next week's video. But here are, get a little organized here, the 2 pages. And here are the punch outs for pages. Look how cute. Happy birthday, let's party. I'm gonna put those up here. And then I kind of laid out the pieces that they show in the instructions. And the one thing I did add is I added some Poppy Parade behind the photo mat, because you see how that white just kind of gets lost. So I grabbed my extras that came in the kit, and I was able to cut these photo mats for this page. I did have to I had to get into my stash because I didn't have enough for all 4, but I did have plenty left over in this kit to change things up a little bit. So I want to do a little treatment to these pages before I get started. It is a lot of yellow. Let me scooch these off to the side and grab these ones. So you can choose the light or the dark papers, because they are 2-tone, so you can see there is a light side and a dark side, but I really like the brightness of the dark side. So I am going to stick with that, and I'm going to bring in a little sanding disc. For some reason, I have misplaced the little tool that you put on the you attach this to and the Velcro. I cannot find it for the life of me, so I'm gonna have to find another one. But I'm just gonna bring in just like a little, I'll use the back of the sticker sheet, and I'm going to just go around the edge of these pieces of cardstock and rough them up a little bit. So can you see how it just adds that fun extra dimension to it? So I'm going to go ahead and do that to both sides. Okay, so you can kind of see how that white cord leaves like a fun little edge around this yellow paper. And then the next thing I want to do is, I haven't done this for a little bit, but I want to bring in my Dina Weakley gloss spray in white and just add some splatters. So I have a box that I like to use. I just use a shipping box for my splatter, to catch my splatters. So I'm gonna bring this in, make a really nice splatter box, and then I'm going to add, whoops, a couple of splatters of white. Okay, so I just like to screw off the top of it and just add some fun white splatters all over. I'm just gonna take a peek at the instructions to kind of see where I probably want more splatters. So probably like here and down here and then on the top. So then I'm not really wasting my time or my splatters by putting them on spots that I'm going to be covering up. Okay, so I'm gonna set this aside to dry, and then we'll get started on assembling. So let's get this second one done. Okay, again, the top, there's a lot of open space there, and then across the bottom. So I'm just going to splatter on the bottom, just add that fun extra to this page. Okay, so now that it is pretty much dry, it looks like everywhere. So isn't that fun little treatment you can do just to add a little bit to your background, maybe tone down the yellow just a little bit. So I'm going to bring in the pieces, and I love these instructions, how they have the measurements of where to put the pieces. So you can kind of just start by, let's see, we have this striped one goes down about 1.5 inches, oops, from the top. So I'm just going to measure that. So 1.5, and it butts up with the right hand side. Okay, and it does show that there's a little bit of yellow between each stripe. So let's go ahead and do that. When I first looked at this layout, I did not see it. I thought they were all lined up the same, but as I looked closer, there is 1/4 of an inch between each of these stripes. So I'm gonna go ahead and do that just because add a little bit more, what am I trying to say? Link to that. So these are double-sided, so if you prefer the dots, which is super cute, you could switch it over, or you can have the confetti. You can totally change it up. I'm gonna stick with the confetti because I have the dots above with the polka dots. So I'm going to do 1/4 of an inch and lay that one down. Okay. So then we have this red strip, and it goes 1/2 inch from the bottom. So this is Poppy Parade. I am loving this red. There we do have like a real red, but this one, I don't know. When I'm looking for a good red, I kind of lean towards this one. So it's Poppy Parade, and add that. And then we have this sticker with the music notes, and I actually might not add that. Let's hold off on that for a second. And we have another piece of stripe pattern. Yeah, I think I'm gonna leave the music notes off. And this one goes over 2 inches. So just changing it up just a little bit. And you have a little bit more stripes right there. So super cute. Could definitely do this with other papers you have on hand. The measurements are pretty easy, so could definitely recreate this layout with different papers and different photos. I do hold on to my instruction guides, so I use them as inspiration for other layouts as well. So that's another resource, is you can keep these in a folder and just continue to use them. Okay, so let's see. This is 2 1/4 inches down, so 1, 2 1/4, so pretty close. And then 2 inches over, so yeah, I had it pretty close to where it needs to be. Let's go ahead and lay this down. You can see the Poppy Parade kind of has a pinkish tone on the back of that two-tone cardstock. I love the two-tone. It's like having two options in one, so I love it. Okay, and then this one, there is a 1/2 inch in between these two photos, like that. And then let's add our pictures. They're up here at the top. Okay, so I think I'm going to add that one there. Yep, and then I'm going to add this one. So he is at the Lego store. We discovered that on your birthday in the Lego store, you can make a mini figure for free. And he is all about that. So now every year we have to go back and get his free minifig. So he's picking out all the different pieces and deciding what he wants his minifig to look like. And then let's see. And then of course we buy a Lego set for him to do as kind of an activity. Then we have a picture of him and all his things. Here's the Lego set that he purchased, and he's really into Transformers right now. So he's still into Transformers. This was last year, but we are still loving the Transformers. Okay, so we have this punch out right here. And we have like the scallop that goes right here. And I think that is all. Oh, Celebrate goes up here. We'll set those aside. And then we have this adorable turtle. I mean, he is stinking cute coming out of the cake. So we can add him. And then the balloons. So let's go ahead and add this little turtle right there. And then I'm going to pop up the happy birthday with Dimensionals. You can actually pop up all the things if you wanted to. I kind of like to have different layers on my pages. And I'm gonna put a couple more of these. Okay, peel those off. I have a ton of these little things all over my house. My cats will come in here and play on my desk, and of course they end up with a couple on their tail and transfer them all over. So let me know, do you have that problem too? Let me know in the comments. Okay, let's add our happy birthday. So cute. Then we have our Celebrate at the top, and I'm just going to add this straight to the page. Right there. So you can see how putting the red behind that photo just really makes that photo pop. So just go through your extras that you have left over after cutting your workshop and see what you can add, or you can totally change it up. There is a lot of options in these workshops, and I will put a list of all the supplies I used in the description of the video, so you can check out what I used and see what you have in your stash, and you can add these things too. Okay, so now we have our balloons. I think I kind of want them a little bit higher than they show in the photo, just to kind of bring some visual interest up a little bit higher. Okay, and now let's do the second page. Let's flip this over and add these pieces. Okay, our polka dots and our stripes. So fun. So if you don't even want to add the turtle, you do not have to. He's just a fun little accent, but you could just leave him off and not even have the turtle theme at all on this page. Okay, so that was 1.5 inches down. Then we have our polka dots. And that, put that a 1/4 inch down. And our sprinkles, another 1/4 inch. So it should line up with the first page. Then we have this little guy down here, and it is 2.5 inches over and 1 inch up. So about right there. Gosh, I guess pretty good. And then this one is going to go across the top, and it goes about, let's see, 1 1/4 inch down. So 1 1/4. Oh, that is definitely crooked. Let's fix that. Okay, so let's bring in our photo mats. And add these. So as this is my 3rd child, so as we have, I guess as I should say, as I've gotten older, birthdays, and I don't know why I did that. I needed to do it the other way. Birthdays have gotten a little less exciting at my house. I used to do like the full-fledged birthday party and all the things, and now I just don't. We just do a couple activities. They get the dinner and breakfast and all the things that they, you know, the food and stuff they want, and then we call it good. So this is 2 inches over and 2 1/4 down. So 1, 2, yep, about right there. Okay, let me know how you celebrate birthdays at your house. Put it in the comments. Let me know if you do the big parties or if you just do something simple. I think my youngest will never know unless he looks through the scrapbooks. Then he'll know that he kind of got not as much as the siblings, but I think he's come more on the quiet side, and I think he just enjoys the attention and the time with mom and dad, because dad does take the day off and spend the whole day with him. He wanted his dinner at In-N-Out. I think he wanted to go there just for the shakes. He is a big fan of milkshakes. And then his cake was actually from Nothing Bundt Cakes. Nothing Bundt Cake. So good. We love them at our house. Hopefully you have one near you, and you should check them out. But he got to choose his flavor, and then the rest of us get our own too. So we're going to add this little scallop piece underneath, or yep, right here. Right there. Okay, and then we have the Let's Party and this banner. It kind of goes over this top. That's cute. So let's go ahead and add that. I love that the colors in this, what am I trying to say? In this kit are so versatile. You could use boy, girl. You could even do it for a different occasion. You could just use the Let's Party. If you don't have a birthday you need to set to scrapbook. There's a lot of different options you could do for this kit. Okay, so now we have the cute little birthday cake over here. I do want to pop that up a little bit. With this Dimensionals. Oh, I said it right this time. I had to think though. Okay. And then since I popped that up, I think I need to pop this too. Let's go ahead and add a few here. And flip this over. Oh my goodness, the colors are so cute. So Let's Party. And it looks like we did miss one punch out. It was Miss labeled. So it's this one right here. And we're going to just punch this out for our journaling. These kits are making it so easy for me to catch up on my scrapbooking. See, this was just last year, so I'm catching up. I'm getting there. Okay, I'm gonna add this underneath, right there. And I like to leave the journaling ones flat so I can go back and journal on it and not have bumpies. Okay, so I think that is all, other than I did not add the little music notes, but a layout would not be complete without bling. So I pulled out a bunch of different options. If I want to do blue or yellow, I think maybe, because I have the lighter blue, let's do this one. So this is the party dots. Oh, well, that's fitting. The party dots on my party layout. I'll grab those. I love these little envelopes. I got them on Amazon, and they're just little snap, and the accents from Stampin' Up fit perfectly. I just slip those in there. And then, let me show you real quick. So like on this one, I had an extra pack, so I just put it in the back so it keeps them all organized and together. So I will put a link to those in the description of the video as well. I think it's like a pack of 40, so they last forever. I still have my original pack, so they are really nice to have on hand. Let's see, and they fit the accents so well, so definitely worth it. Okay, so let's add a couple of these little blue ones. Oh, it matches so well with the blue, and blue is his favorite color, so it's really, that works out perfect. I like to do the like a big one and then a small one together. And let's see, where else should we put some? Maybe right here. And then maybe a couple, oops, that was too close. I might as well just use all 3 of them. Right there. Okay, so I think this is done. It came together super fast. Just added a few of those little extras with the sanding and some splattering, but look how cute that is. And my photos go perfectly with the colors of this kit. So fun. So next week we will work on layout number 3, so make sure you click that subscribe button so you don't miss out on future videos. Thank you so much for watching, and if you enjoyed this video, I would love a thumbs up. Maybe let me know what pictures you would scrap on this collection. And again, thank you so much for watching, and I will see you next time.